They thought her dream was ridiculous. They thought her silence meant weakness. They thought she'd always stay at the bottom, quietly fading into the background, never daring to rise. But what they didn't know was that she was planning the perfect revenge, and when it came, they would regret every word they'd ever said about her. It all started on a rainy Thursday morning, the kind of morning where everything feels heavier, the clouds, the air, even the mood inside the office. Lily sat at her desk, focused as always, her soft brown hair tucked neatly behind her ears, her fingertips gliding across her keyboard. She was the type of employee every manager said they wanted: quiet, hardworking, dependable. But in truth, they didn't value her at all, especially not Mr. Reynolds. He loved loud people, the ones who interrupted meetings, bragged about their achievements, and knew how to play office politics. And Lily? She didn't fit that mold. She didn't gossip. She didn't show off. She just worked. And that's precisely why she became an easy target. That morning, Mr. Reynolds called for an all-staff meeting. Lily thought it was just another update about quarterly numbers, but it wasn't. It was something far worse. The entire office gathered, dozens of employees, all packed into the conference room, coffee cups in hand, scrolling their phones. Mr. Reynolds stood at the front with a sly grin. He held a piece of paper in his hand, her internal transfer request, and with a loud, mocking voice, he began reading it aloud. "I have always dreamed of becoming a fashion buyer," he sneered, exaggerating every word. "I believe my passion for fashion and market analysis makes me an ideal candidate." The room erupted in laughter. Some people laughed until tears formed in their eyes. Others whispered cruel jokes under their breath. "She wants to be a fashion buyer? With those old cardigans she wears? She's barely spoken a word since she started here." Lily felt every laugh like a dagger, but she didn't cry. She didn't shout. She didn't run. She simply sat there, calm, quiet, composed, because what they didn't know, she was hiding a plan that would flip the entire company upside down. That wasn't the first time she'd been mocked. Her whole life, people underestimated her. In school, she was the quiet girl in the back of the room, the one who always raised her hand but rarely got called on. In college, she worked 2 jobs while her classmates partied. And in every office she'd ever worked in, she was labeled the shy one. They never saw her ambition. They never saw the fire beneath her calm surface. But she didn't care about their opinions. She wasn't here to impress them. She had something far bigger in mind, and she wasn't going to stop until she got it. After that humiliating meeting, the mockery escalated. Some coworkers started sending her fashion memes and emails, laughing at her dream. Others left magazine clippings on her desk with sarcastic notes like, "Better luck next life, fashion queen." Her own manager told her, "You should focus on jobs that fit your quiet personality." But Lily kept working. She never reacted. She completed every task ahead of schedule. She delivered flawless reports. And after hours, when everyone else went home, she stayed. She stayed to build her secret plan. She began researching the company's parent organization. She discovered they were secretly planning to launch a new fashion division, one that would redefine their brand. They were looking for fresh thinkers, people who understood both data and design, and they were accepting proposals anonymously. Lily's heart raced. This was it. This was her chance. But she didn't rush. She spent weeks perfecting her proposal. She analyzed market trends, developed detailed buying strategies, and crafted a vision for sustainable, profitable fashion. She included sales forecasts, supplier partnerships, and even marketing plans. She made it impossible to ignore. Then, under a simple employee ID number, she submitted it. No name, no title, just results. Meanwhile, in the office, the jokes continued. Some coworkers even bet money on how fast she'd fail. Mr. Reynolds bragged about how he was preparing his own proposal, convinced he'd be chosen for the new division. But Lily remained quiet. She smiled politely during meetings. She completed her tasks with grace, and every evening she refined her plan further, waiting for the right moment. Weeks passed. Then, something shifted. Rumors started circulating. Executives from the parent company were visiting. Whispers spread that an anonymous proposal had impressed the entire board. Coworkers speculated wildly. It's gotta be Mr. Reynolds, right? No, maybe it's Marcus. He's been networking like crazy. Everyone guessed. No one suspected Lily. Then, one day, Lily received an anonymous email. It was from the executive board. They had selected her proposal as the foundation for the new division, and they wanted to meet her. Quietly, confidentially. Her hands shook as she read the message, but her heart was steady. This was it. In that secret meeting, Lily presented her vision to the board. She walked them through every detail with calm precision. They were blown away. Her quiet strength, her mastery of both numbers and style, her ability to predict trends. It was everything they needed. They offered her the position, Director of Fashion Innovation, a role that would outrank every manager at her current office, including Mr. Reynolds. Lily accepted, but she made one special request. She asked that the announcement be made publicly at the company-wide quarterly meeting. She wanted everyone to hear it at once. The board agreed, and soon, the invitation was sent. Mandatory attendance. Entire departments gathered. People buzzed with excitement, wondering who would be promoted. Mr. Reynolds looked smug as ever, convinced it was his time to shine. But Lily sat quietly near the back, calm, still, ready. The CEO stepped up to the microphone. With great pride, he began, "We are announcing the leader of our new fashion innovation division." He paused, scanning the crowd. This leader's proposal was visionary, strategic, exactly what our company needs to grow. He smiled. And I'm pleased to reveal that this leader is Lily. The room fell into stunned silence. You could hear the sound of jaws hitting the floor. Lily stood, slowly, gracefully. Every eye followed her as she walked toward the stage. Mr. Reynolds looked like he'd seen a ghost. Coworkers sat frozen in disbelief. Lily reached the stage. She accepted the microphone. Her voice was soft, but it carried through the entire hall. "All my life," she began, "people have underestimated me. They thought my quiet nature meant I had nothing to offer." She let her words sink in. "But I've learned something powerful. Dreams aren't meant to be shouted. They're meant to be built, patiently, steadily, in silence. And sometimes, the quietest person in the room is the one who changes everything." She smiled. Not out of spite, not out of arrogance, but with peace. She had won, without yelling, without scheming, without playing their cruel games. She had outworked, outsmarted, and outlasted them all. Her story isn't just about revenge, it's about power. The kind of power that grows in silence. The kind that doesn't need approval or applause. It waits. It watches. And when the moment is right, it rises. Now I ask you, if you were in Lily's place, what would you have done? Would you have stayed quiet and waited for your moment? Or would you have fought back loudly? Tell me in the comments below. And remember, there's another story, one even more shocking, about a woman who turned betrayal into her greatest victory. Watch it now.